Guess what I'm being? I'm a fisherman!
Zippy!
Oh, look. It's fallen over again. Oh, you're not a very good builder, Bungle, are you?
It didn't fall over, Zippy. You pushed it over.
Oh, I'm fed up and cross, and I'm not playing anymore!
For over 2 decades, Rainbow was a comforting presence in the lives of millions of British preschoolers, offering a cozy, educational alternative to the flashier, fast-paced Sesame Street. Airing from 1972 to 1992, the program followed the lively antics of Zippy, George, and Bungle, 3 colorful characters who often squabbled and learned valuable life lessons under the calm, guiding hand of their human host, Geoffrey Hayes. Each child could see themselves in the playful dynamic, Zippy's cheeky bravado, George's shy sensitivity, or Bungle's well-meaning clumsiness. With Geoffrey's steady leadership, musical interludes by Rod, Jane, and Freddie, and simple, heartwarming storytelling, Rainbow became a beloved staple of British childhood. But even a show as wholesome as Rainbow had its secrets. In 1979, the cast and crew created a cheeky Christmas tape known as the Twangers sketch, packed with innuendos never intended for public eyes. Today we'll take a look at the fascinating story of Rainbow, from its cherished legacy to the unexpected controversies that turned it into an internet legend. The legacy of Rainbow.
Are you going to open the Rainbow book, David?
What do you think we'll find in it today?
Bramble and Logan?
Perhaps.
Someone to tell a story?
Or Sally and Jake?
Oh, yes, that'd be nice.
Well, let's see.
Launched in 1972, Rainbow quickly found its place in British pop culture. Developed as an educational alternative to other programming of the era, it focused on teaching preschool-aged children valuable social and language skills. But what set the show apart, whose personalities were as colorful as the set they inhabited. Zippy, the loud and brash orange puppet with his zippered mouth, was the ultimate troublemaker. His confidence and quick wit masked a deeply childlike need for attention, and his antics often drove the conflicts of the show. George, the pink hippo, provided the perfect foil. Soft-spoken and sensitive, he brought emotional depth to the series, representing children who might feel shy or left out. Meanwhile, Bungle, the oversized teddy bear, was a mix of bossiness and naivete, often finding himself caught in the middle of Zippy and George's squabbles. At the center of the chaos was Geoffrey Hayes, who joined the show in 1974. A steady, guiding presence, Geoffrey was both teacher and caretaker, using patience and understanding to help his puppet housemates navigate everyday challenges. His ability to balance humor with heartfelt lessons earned him a place in the hearts of viewers. By the 1980s, Rainbow had evolved from its educational roots to a more story-driven show, often focusing on the interpersonal dynamics between its characters. Musical performances by Rod, Jane, and Freddie, who replaced earlier musical groups, added a layer of warmth and entertainment, with songs that stayed with children long after the episodes ended. By the time the show concluded in 1992, it had become an institution. Thames Television's Christmas tape tradition.
His birthday.
Is that why we have Christmas, Geoffrey?
Yes, George. At Christmas time, people remember the birthday of Jesus.
It's nearly Christmas now, Geoffrey.
Oh, yes. Turn on the Christmas tree light.
It's all right, Zippy. Rod, can you turn the other light off, please? All right, here we are.
In the 70s and 80s, Thames Television cultivated a beloved tradition, the Christmas tape. These privately produced compilations were a mix of outtakes, parodies, and often bawdy humor created as a treat for the staff. For actors, puppeteers, and production crews accustomed to adhering to strict broadcasting standards, these tapes provided a rare opportunity to cut loose and poke fun at their work. The Rainbow team embraced this tradition with enthusiasm. Puppeteer Ronnie LeDrew later revealed that rehearsals for the show were often filled with cheeky jokes and pranks, some of which made their way into the Christmas tapes. These sketches thrived on subverting audience expectations. Seeing characters like Zippy and George, who were the epitome of innocence on screen, engage in irreverent humor was both shocking and cathartic for the staff. The Twangers sketch, created in 1979, was the culmination of this playful spirit. It wasn't just a blooper reel or a connection of off-the-cuff jokes. It was a fully scripted parody that flipped Rainbow's wholesome image on its head. It was this deliberate irreverence that made the sketch so memorable even decades later. Began innocently enough, or so it seemed. Zippy, George, Bungle, and Geoffrey appeared to be embarking on another educational activity, as they so often did, but it didn't take long for innuendos to start flying. Zippy kicked things off by peeling a banana, counting its layers with exaggerating enthusiasm. 1 skin, 2 skin, 3 skin. George interrupted, prompting a discussion about playing with their twangers, a term ostensibly referring to a stringed instrument made from rubber bands and shoe boxes. The dialogue escalated, with Zippy proudly claiming to have shown Bungle how to pluck his twanger. Rod, Jane, and Freddie joined in with The Plucking Song, a musical number filled with suggestive lyrics that left little to the imagination. The sketch's brilliance lay in its delivery. Geoffrey Hayes remained stone-faced throughout, his calm demeanor contrasting hilariously with the chaos unfolding around him. For the cast, it was a moment of pure creative freedom, a chance to push boundaries in a way that would never be allowed on air. But what was meant to be an inside joke for Thames television staff would take a life of its own decades later. For nearly 20 years, the Twangers sketch remained hidden in the Thames archives, its existence known only to those who had attended the 1979 Christmas party. But in 1997, the clip was unearthed and aired on TV Awful, a Channel 4 program that showcased bizarre and forgotten moments in television history. Presented as a banned pilot episode, the sketch was stripped of its context, leaving viewers baffled and intrigued. The rise of the internet gave the sketch a new lease on life. By the early 2000s, grainy versions circulated online, shared through email chains and video sharing sites. Its out-of-context presentation led to widespread confusion, with many believing it was an actual episode of Rainbow that had been pulled from the airwaves for inappropriate content. The controversy deepened when another risqué Rainbow clip surfaced, a Christmas tape segment featuring Zippy and George exchanging profanities during a parody sketch on Jim Davidson's variety show. When kids' TV goes off script.
Oh, curses! The wind blew that broom right out from under me and dumped me here. And I don't think I like it. But from the looks of it, I know I'm not in Oz anymore. I must be over the rainbow somewhere.
While Rainbow's Twangers sketch certainly stands out, it's far from the only children's show to find itself embroiled in controversy due to off-screen antics or out-of-context humor. One was from the U.S.'s Sesame Street. In 1976, a now infamous episode featuring Margaret Hamilton reprising her role as the Wicked Witch of the West was pulled after just one airing. Parents complained that the character, designed to teach children about facing fears, was far too frightening for its young audience. While not a deliberate foray into adult humor, the controversy highlighted the challenges of balancing creative intentions with audience expectations. The Muppet Show, another Jim Henson creation, occasionally strayed into risqué territory with its celebrity guest stars. Episodes featuring performers like Raquel Welch or provocative jokes embedded in sketches, though subtle, sometimes raised eyebrows among parents. Closer to Rainbow's own tradition, Britain's The Magic Roundabout became known for its subtle subversion. Though ostensibly aimed at children, the show's scripts were laced with wordplay and references clearly meant to entertain the adults watching alongside their kids. Another notable incident involves Blue Peter, a British children's magazine show that ran for decades. In the 1980s, a scandal erupted when a presenter used a picture of a child's pet that had died, passing it off as a replacement pet to spare the child's feelings. Although well-intentioned, the deception led to significant backlash, with critics accusing the show of betraying its reputation for honesty and transparency. While the Twangers sketch initially shocked fans, it eventually became a beloved piece of Rainbow's legacy. For many, it was a testament to the creativity and camaraderie of the cast and crew. Now it's time to hear from you. What was your favorite children's show? Let us know in the comments section below.